Peace to the gods and the goddesses. I got a peppermint in my mouth. Anywho, randomness aside, today's video topic is going to be about lunar magic. And what we have to understand about lunar magic, right, is that the universe takes place in cycles. The reason why a lot of planets and solar systems have a ton of moons is because moons, looking at things from a engineering standpoint, and this will make sense in a minute, moons are actually vectors for emotional flow currents. They command the tides, the waters of the collective. And what you have to understand is this: we live in a primordial womb. The universe itself is a womb of darkness. All of the planets that you see have emerged from that darkness. That includes me and you. We're products of the divine blueprint of the universe. So, moons are actually very powerful because they dictate the cycles of those emotional flow currents. Divine feminine energy. There's a lot of magnetism to their power. And the moons, they stabilize how could I say this? They act as stabilizing currents for the emotional flow of the planets themselves. And when I say emotional flow currents, we have to understand that emotions equals energy. Emotion, energy in motion. So, when it comes to this principle, lunar magic is very important because with it, you can dictate the emotional flow currents of your personal engineering and reality. What a lot of people don't understand is the reason why their manifestations don't work is because their vessel isn't stable enough energetically to hold the blessings that they want to see manifested. And this is usually because there are holes in your aura and your energy field lacks boundaries. So, putting that into perspective with the moon, right? Lunar magic is important because on new moons, which is the absolute lack of light, the new moon represents the primordial womb. It's a void state, a 0-point state. And this is the perfect time to see your internal reality with intentions. That way, when the full moon current, which is actually a product of lunar and solar energies, because within a cycle, the moon absorbs so much sunlight and it becomes the full moon. So the full moon in and of itself is a manifestation of masculine and feminine energies conjoining to create creation. This is why the full moon currents are so powerful and why they have such a heavy impact on the collective. This is literally the new start of a cycle of creation. So, when you seed the moon during the new moon cycle with intentions, you're supposed to essentially let yourself carry that energy into the full moon so you can experience that release of frequency and energetic motion. And what you'll start to realize is through this process, you'll have an easier time dictating the cycles of reality because within the moon is literally the symbol of the cycle of creation. This is why in ancient cults, the Ouroboros, the symbol of the snake eating its tail, was symbolic of the moon. The head and the tail represents the new moon and the full moon. You're literally consuming yourself and shaping a new reality, conjoining the masculine and the feminine principles and poles of your existence. So once more, don't sleep on the full moon, don't sleep on moon currents, and if you haven't been getting tapped into this energy, as a plane takes off in the sky, you need to start taking off, because what you'll begin to realize is your manifestations will come through a lot quicker. Something else I forgot to mention since I brought it up earlier in the video is you can actually use the moon currents to solidify your aura, your energy field, and seal the holes in your aura. Given that the moon dictates energetic flow and currents of reality, you can actually use this to stabilize your aura and smooth it out. This is why ritual bathing and detoxifying your field in water is so important, because water itself is literally just a soup of information. Your DNA, your blood is a soup of information. So, the intelligence of water is very ancient. It contains codes of times of primordial past. So, through water, you can actually ask the water spirits to essentially have your energetic field, your aura, recall the timeline where it was most stable. And you can lock that intention in during the new moon and experience that release, that change in your field during the full moon. This is also how you recalibrate your nervous system, because once more, your nervous system is within you. your nerves are connected to your bloodstream. So you can literally use lunar magic to recalibrate your nervous system, which is very important for manifestation, because if your internal vessel, if your internal posture is anxious, has self-doubt, or any other limiting patterns and behaviors, this directly interplays with your manifestations, especially on the subconscious level, because your brain is water. Everything is water. So because of this principle, you can use moon magic to literally recalibrate your mind, your body, and your spirit. That's how powerful water is. And this is exactly why water spirits are held in such high honor in the spiritual realm. Literally, a majority of mother goddesses in ancient times were connected with the element of primordial water because they were primordial mothers. They gave birth to creation in a multi-dimensional form. So, I'm going to leave this message off here. Y'all have a good day. I love y'all. If you like and resonate with the message, feel free to like, share, comment, and follow my page for more. And check out my Etsy studios, etsy.com/KemeticStudios. Ashe.